So I've been wanting to do this swap for a while, and the thing that was holding me back was people said it was really expensive and hard to do. And the reason that is because of this plastic connector. This connects to all of these wires in here and then goes behind the wheel and connects into the clock spring behind the wheel. But the thing that makes this tricky is that this connector is actually a different shape for these wheels, and I had the facelift one in there right now. So what I did is I labeled each of these wires. I was able to label them because someone posted the function of each wires on the Acura design forum, and I'm gonna post the pictures in a second so you can see them. You can pause the video, screenshot, whatever you'd like. Huge shout out to the guy who actually posted them. It was a huge help. But anyway, literally all I did was cut this connector off of the facelift wheel, cut the connector off of this wheel, and then I wired the connector from this wheel to that wheel. And that allowed that wheel to be plugged right into the stock clock spring. And everything works. The lights work, I can skip songs, I can use cruise control. It was really as simple as just picking up that wheel and swapping out this connector. I'll show you what I mean. So this connector right here, in there, I have it plugged in. That's the stock clock spring, but that connector is from that wheel. It's kind of time consuming to do this, but I thought I'd post this because I thought it was difficult when it really wasn't. And this goes without saying, but before you touch your airbag, just make sure your battery's disconnected for at least 5 minutes. I'd say 10 minutes just to be safe. You want this little bomb exploding in your face. But yeah, that's really all there is to it. Just make sure all the wires are in the right slots on here. Make sure, just, you know, take your time, do it right, and it's really not that bad, guys. And also, for those of you who don't know, there are 2 of these T30 Torx bits, and they go in these holes on the side of your steering wheel, and they screw in the airbag. That secures the airbag in place. So you got to take out those 2, only 2 of them, and then you can take the airbag out. You're gonna have to disconnect the SRS system and the horn to take it out, but after that, you just unbolt this 14 mil, and steering wheel takes a lot of force to come out, but it's only 3 bolts, for those of you who did not know. One last thing I'll say here is this wheel came off of a TL that had the navigation package. Mine does not have that, so these wires that go to the navigation, I just bundled them up with electrical tape and sealed them off. Now, there are things you should buy, like crimps and proper plastic pieces that block these wires. I didn't get them because I'm lazy. I literally just used electrical tape. So at some point, these are probably going to fail and I'm gonna have to re-tape them or reconnect them. So I recommend doing it the proper way. Like I said, I'm lazy, so I'll get back to it someday. But that's all it takes.